And then there's Margot. She's doing all this top secret research.
And shady.
A little bit, yeah. Her work brings up the big question. If we could actually control human emotions, just get...
Welcome to Book Haven.
All right, so picture this. A world where everyone is happy, like all the time. Sounds pretty amazing, right? Maybe even a little too good to be true.
Yeah, like something out of a sci-fi novel or something.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to be diving into today.
Yeah.
Neal Shusterman's book, All Better Now.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
It's a wild ride, let me tell you. This book drops us right into a world that's wrestling with, well, a happiness virus.
A happiness virus.
A virus that straight up wipes out all your negative emotions, leaves everyone feeling nothing but bliss.
Wow. Sounds kind of utopian, actually.
Right, and there's always a but, right? The book digs into whether this is really the paradise, it seems.
I can see where that's going. There's always a catch.
Totally. So we're going to unpack all those ethical dilemmas, the way society gets flipped on its head, and really what happiness even means in this crazy scenario, all through the lens of Shusterman's book.
Sounds fascinating.
So this happiness virus is called Crown Royale, and the thing is, it spreads like wildfire.
Super contagious, huh?
It can actually be fatal, but get this, for those who recover. They're basically left in this permanent state of contentment.
So no more sadness, no anger, anxiety, nothing.
Nope. Not even the tiniest bit of, discontent.
That's wild.
The book actually calls it a mass unburdening, which, when you think about it, makes total sense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Imagine, way less depression, violence even. Greed, probably, too.
Totally. I mean, on the surface, it really does look like humanity's just stumbled onto, a shortcut to world peace.
Right. Problem solved. Everyone's happy.
Exactly. But, and here's where it gets interesting, not everyone's thrilled about this whole situation.
Oh, who wouldn't be happy about, everyone being happy?
Well, think about it. People in power, right? Like big corporations, advertisers, even some politicians. They kind of need us to be unhappy, in a way.
How so?
They rely on our discontent. They need us to feel like we're missing something, that we need more, to keep buying stuff, to stay ambitious. Keeps those wheels turning.
That's a good point. Never thought about it that way. If everyone's just content all the time, what happens to, the economy or progress?
Exactly. And Shusterman does such a good job with this.
Yeah.
He doesn't just paint these powerful figures as the bad guys,
Right.
He actually shows their perspective. Yeah, maybe a world without discontent is peaceful, but could it also just, stagnate? Would we lose that drive to innovate, to push forward?
Makes you wonder if a bit of dissatisfaction is actually, essential for growth, both personally and as a society.
Right. It really makes you think about your own life. Have you ever accomplished something truly amazing without hitting a few roadblocks?
Totally. Challenges are what help us learn and grow.
Exactly. And the book explores all of this through three main characters, Ron, Mariel, and Margot. Each one of them has a completely different take on Crown Royale and what it means for the world.
Oh, that's interesting. So who are they and what are their perspectives?
Well, there's Ron, who's actually experienced the bliss of the virus firsthand. And he becomes this huge advocate for spreading it, believes it's the answer to all of humanity's problems.
That makes sense. Sounds like a classic convert, right? He's seen the light, so to speak.
Exactly. And then you've got Mariel, who's kind of the opposite.
How so?
She might actually be immune to the virus, and she's wrestling with what that means.
Ah, what a dilemma. Does she want to be happy all the time too, or is she okay with, experiencing the full range of human emotions, good and bad?
Exactly. And then there's Margot. She's doing all this top secret research.
And shady.
A little bit, yeah. Her work brings up the big question. If we could actually control human emotions, just get rid of the negative ones altogether, should we?
Oh, wow. That's like a whole other ethical can of worms.
Big time. Because who knows what those consequences would be, right?
Yeah.
Intended or not. It really gets you thinking about how delicate our emotional ecosystem really is.
For sure. It's not as simple as just flipping a switch and turning off sadness.
Nope. So zooming out a bit, what do you think All Better Now ultimately tells us about ourselves, about our pursuit of happiness?
I think at its heart, the book really forces us to rethink what it means to be human.
In what way?
Well, it suggests that maybe our emotions, even the negative ones, are actually a core part of who we are. Like maybe sadness, anger, even frustration, they're not things to just eliminate.
So not something to be afraid of.
Right. Maybe they're things to understand, to process, and ultimately to use to help us grow. The book asks us, is a life without any negative emotions really what we want? Or would we be giving up a fundamental piece of ourselves in that pursuit of never-ending bliss?
That's deep. Really makes you think.
Yeah, it's not a simple question with a simple answer.
Definitely not. So to wrap up our deep dive here, All Better Now throws us headfirst into a world where happiness is this weird double-edged sword.
Love that. A double-edged sword.
It forces us to really confront that messy relationship between, our desire for peace and our need for ambition, for growth, even just a little bit of healthy discontent.
That's such a great way to put it.
Before we go, gotta leave you with one last thought to chew on. If you were immune to Crown Royale, in this world where almost everyone's embraced it, would you choose to be infected?
Ooh, good question.
What would you gain? What would you lose? It's not a simple decision, is it?
Not at all.
And that's what's so great about this book. It really makes you think.
It definitely does.
And that's it for our deep dive into this fictional world. But the questions it brings up are super relevant to our own lives, The whole idea of happiness, the role technology plays in shaping our experiences, makes you wonder what other books or articles are out there that explore these themes.
So much to think about.
Right. And that's what we're here for, to spark those conversations and get those brain juices flowing. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for having me.
Grab All Better Now by Neal Shusterman. Now on sale for just $18.94. Don't miss this chance to build good habits and achieve remarkable results. Click pre-order now today.
Like and subscribe for more Bookhaven podcasts.